I wanted to go back for a second to the students that you talked about at Yale and similar institutions, because this got me thinking. Yesterday, I was requested by a high school student to be on his YouTube channel. And at first I thought, oh, I don't want to do this, but he had read the book. It had really, my book, and it had really resonated with him. So I thought, I didn't think that at first that this was going to be a book that high school students would want to read, but he actually found a lot of the advice to relate to him. And it started me thinking of my own kids. And we often think of these competitive environments at Yale, Princeton, whatever college you're trying to get into. And it's not just here, it's in the UK, it's in India. I'm sure it was in France the same way. And it got me thinking about how much these high school students are putting this immense pressure on themselves. It's something I remember interviewing Susan Cain, and it was the first time I heard this phrase, effortless perfection, which she found talking to students at Princeton. But I think that's how a lot of high school kids are feeling too. And they create all this self-stress, fatigue. And what I was telling this young man yesterday as he was asking me for my advice is I said, when you're so concentrating on all these external things that you think are going to bring you admiration and approval, you're just eroding your own internal pride and happiness that you absolutely seek. Plus the need for love and belonging.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that you cover in the book. How do these things conflict with our deeper need for love and belonging? And what are the implications for our mental and physical health?
Yeah, thanks for saying that. I mean, after food and shelter, our greatest need is to trust and to feel safe in our environment. But then it's for positive social connection. Everybody wants to be heard, seen, valued, and appreciated from childhood through old age. That's one of our basic needs, that positive connection with other people. It was really interesting because, like you said, on these high-level college campuses, I saw so many very talented, hardworking students, and some of my colleagues asked them, what's the emotion that you feel most of the time? You would think it would be elated and happy and inspired, but what they said was tired and stressed is what they feel the most. Okay, so then my colleagues asked, well, what emotion do you most want to feel? You could think, what could that be? Again, inspired, successful. It was loved. They most want to feel loved. And that really hit home the point for me that all of these people that I had seen striving, whether it's in Silicon Valley, serial entrepreneurs, at Yale, at Stanford, the campuses where I've been working and studying for years, is that so many people who are tireless sort of overachievers are seeking love through all of their tireless working. And yet, no amount of approval or respect or love from others can make up for a lack of love from yourself. No one can repair that hole in your heart but you. And I think that's something that few people understand. And so they keep going and they keep going until they burn out and they don't understand why they're not happy. But it's really interesting because people will pass this on, right? Pass this on to your kids, or the professors pass it on to the students. And when I was at the University of Wisconsin-Madison for my postdoc, I thought, wow, it felt like a healthier campus. It was less of an elite campus, but the students had less of a self-identification with I am what I do and I am, and I need to just be successful. Because especially I think in the Midwest, there's more of an understanding that's more, the self is identified more with the community too, rather than just focused on oneself and one's own success. But yeah, so that's really interesting. And that was the observation that I made there.